Dear boomers, the recent controversy on my YouTube channel about Tim Dillon's and his, army of fans who will do anything to defend him, and his comments about elderly people. And of course, he loves to bash the baby boomers. And what this does is creates a glaring gap in understanding how to truly care for the elderly in our society. It reflects a broader cultural ignorance that cannot be ignored. Now, Tim Dillon is an American comedian who, to give him credit, has gone from a very poor poverty, was raised in poverty, was raised by a schizophrenic mother, to amazing riches in our society, monetary riches, and I hope he is a happy person. I really do. But he likes to share his perspective on ageism, and he thinks that's funny, and his audience thinks it's hilarious. So it misses the crucial components and understanding that truly define elder care. We need to know that a that this riles people up, because ageism is by far one of the most despicable things in our society, as well as misogyny and racism and discrimination, racial injustice, war of all kinds. So I had a situation recently, where just today, as a matter of fact, where one of my blog visitors made a statement. The blog itself is about Maggie Kuhn and the Gray Panthers. That was one of the videos I did this week. And this dear soul wrote a comment and said that I love reading your blog posts and I learn something about life every time I read them. She said her grandmother had a fear of retirement homes, and she promised her dad, this woman's dad, the woman who wrote the blog post comment, that she would never go to one no matter what, and she wanted him to promise never to put her in a nursing home. So her father agreed that he would not. And when she got Alzheimer's, the whole family moved in with her, and they made sure she ate 3 square meals a day, and they entertained her, and they all snuggled with her at night when she went to bed. And I just thought that was such a tender thing. First of all, this young woman is not from America. Even if it would have happened in America, the whole family doing something like this is almost unheard of. We don't have that kind of support in this country, and I feel sorry that we don't. That would be part of enacting the Gray Panther movement in America again, getting people to have compassion for the elderly, and if they have to go to a nursing home, everybody move in with him, and take care of him and make him feel like he is loved and that he is precious and that he is valued. This is so important. So I just love that. And there is a broader implication of not understanding elder care. And the fact that somebody like Tim Dillon can put that kind of stuff out there kind of trivializes the suffering that people go through when they get old in American society. Usually people are kind of herded off, forgotten, or invisible, unlike other countries. And there are complex realities that do make it more difficult in American society. So because Tim Dillon doesn't understand these things, that doesn't mean that we have to be ignorant as well. I wish I had moved into my father's home. It was the home I was raised in, and I wish I had moved in with him, with my husband and our animals, because he was slipping, and I really didn't want to give any thought at all to sending him to a nursing home. I had a career as a nurse. My husband was commuting out of town to go to his job. My other siblings lived out of town, and so we were unable to take care of him in the manner that my young friend said on my blog today. And it's a tragedy, really. We must have a shift in dialogue. Even if we aren't doing what could be done, as my young friend commented upon, even if we can't do it, we need to have open dialogue about the guilt. There's so much guilt. I felt tremendous guilt at not being able to do for my father what he deserved to have done. And but at the time he sold the house, he was in fairly good mind. His mind was not in any delusional state. He sold the family home and moved to an apartment where, not too long, maybe within a year, he realized that he needed to go into a nursing home. But he, being the independent American thinker, and the dog eat dog kind of world, he thought it was all something he had to decide upon. And we did help him go live in a nursing home or a retirement facility with his sister, who was a few years older, and her husband. And at that point, he decided that he needed to go into a nursing home. And if he had gone into the nursing home associated with that retirement facility, he would have been taken care of monetarily by the state. But he chose to go into a place that that ran through his savings, and then basically threw him out of that nursing home. And that is the state of affairs in this country. Even the nursing homes, or I should say maybe especially the nursing homes, it's big business. They don't really care about anybody. And it would be very, very hard to be in that business. So we have to advocate for policies and practices that honor the dignity of our elderly people and recognize the role of families and communities that could play a part in taking care of these wonderful people. The problem with the baby boomers is that we have a huge population of us, and everybody said that it was going to be tough maintaining the social services that were in place before all of us got old. And that's really not exactly our fault, which everybody thinks it is. What happens is that after the World War II, there was a relative time of everybody getting rich, or at least feeling secure. And according to my 93-year-old cousin, he says that we were entitled people. The baby boomers were entitled people, and then we in turn became very protective of our children, and perhaps were even overly protective to them. And so we need to realize that, in fact, child raising is probably one of the hardest jobs that ever lived. I mean, we need to foster independence in our children so that they don't have to think that they are in need of constantly being given materialistic goals, that they need to focus on materialism in order to succeed, because success is an inner job, and you define success. When we were growing up, we were told that success was going to college and getting a good job and blah blah blah. And we all my siblings rebelled. We had a huge rebellion with all three kids. We were against the war, so were my parents. We were very appalled by racial injustice. You name it, we were opposed to it. We were flagrantly into rebellion. Thank God I went into nursing school, which was actually my rehabilitation from society, from me being so suspicious about society. Nursing really did help me. Please subscribe to the channel, because I would like to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of May. And I would appreciate it, because I would like to continue giving you my philosophies of life that can hopefully uplift you, and we can get together on this channel as boomers and people who are older to facilitate discussion, to facilitate community, and to help each other rise above some of the injustices and inequities that abound in American society. Maybe we can create a hub of activity for our friends whose husbands may have died, who have lost a lot of people in their lives and feel very lonely and depressed. Perhaps this community can help them feel a part of a larger group who loves them. So we will work on that. Namaste. Peace on earth. Bye-bye.